Welcome back. Another episode, man. Neighborhood CEOs. Hey, once again, I'm John, by the way. I got my partner, Lionel, in here, man. Lionel, man, what's your deal, man?
Hey, I'm good. I'm blessed, bro. I'm doing pretty good, man.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, so Lionel, we got breaking news, man. We done signed,
Oh,
we done
send it.
signed, we
Oh,
done
send
signed
it.
the third member, man. We done signed,
Free agent.
yeah, we had he was free agent out here in the league, out here in the league, man, and shit. We got with his people, man, and we worked everything out behind the
The numbers,
scenes, man.
man.
So we got a big three. We got a big official big three now, man.
That's
Raymond
facts.
Bird, man. Hey, appreciate you, man.
Hey
Welcome to the
man,
Word.
neighborhood, man.
glad to be here, man. Thank you guys for having me, man. And I look forward to the future
Yes, sir. Yes,
No
with the
sir.
doubt.
franchise.
That's
Yeah,
right.
man.
That's right.
Yeah, man. We'll talk about it next time. We was talking about the big threes. We don't know which one. We might not have to. We can't really. It's a whole lot of them, man. We'll find. That'll be another day. We'll go through all the best big
Big
threes, man.
threes.
You know what I'm saying? But
That's good. I like
yeah,
that.
man. We off and running, man. We're gonna close out the new year and bring in the other one, man. So
Yeah,
yeah, man. But like I said, Milana, you said you was rolling that you was pulling my schedule this week, right? You got
yeah.
everything.
Hey,
You hold it down in the crib.
bro, I'm holding it down, man. Like we said last, sometimes it feels good when you're running the show, right? You running the
Yeah,
ship is like, all
on the
right,
point, man.
I get to set my pace.
Mhm.
Like, listen, y'all hear anything? Nah. Hey, if I weren't running the ship right now, man, it'd be lively. It'd be real lively in here, man.
Mhm.
So nah, it's
Yeah,
it's, it's been a long week. I ain't gonna hold you. Look, I make it sound easy, but it's been one of those weeks.
yeah,
As we say, anytime you running the ship by yourself with the kiddos, hey man, it's I feel like it's like lifting weights, bro. Like every day is a solid rep.
yeah.
So, but no, man, yeah, this is good, man. Tomorrow it should come to an end, and you know how it go. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
may be outside a little bit for the
yeah.
weekend.
Hey, you know how they do,
but
man. When it's time to when it's time to switch off, you do the handoff, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, hand
facts.
them off, hand it off, man.
Yep. And Virginia Union, they got their first playoff home
Playoff game.
game.
Oh yeah,
Home game too. So I
basketball.
mean, nah, football.
Oh, all right, damn, they still
Yep.
playing then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So
yeah,
it
that's all
is
right.
a home game, and so we see, and I mean, we'll see if I can. It's at 1 o'clock, so I'm
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to take the boys to get a cut, and we may
yeah,
slide. I may take them with me, man.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
I ain't been to
we'll see.
before
Watch.
you go Raymond. I ain't been to I mean, of course, like Louisa, they be rolling, man. So I ain't been down
Hmm.
that joint. I don't even know when, man. I tell you, I don't even know how to get down that joint no more for real. I know where it's at though, but nah. But they got a
They usually in the tuck though. I feel you.
nah. I'm just talking about like when I'm actually at the school. Like I know where it's
Oh,
at,
how
but
to
I'm
get?
just it's
Okay.
so different now, man. But
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
play Saturday, man. So I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but I might check them out Saturday, man. I don't know yet though.
It'll be a good one. It'll be a good one to go to.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, right?
Yep, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, that's wild though, man. All them schools, man. Like I mean, like you talking about Union. Like Miller, they rolling right now, basketball. You know what I'm saying? Louisa rolling. But how what I'm saying, how you feel like you still be checking for your school like that, Lionel? You know what I'm saying? Like you got the HBCU pride, you know what I'm saying? Of course that's where you went to school at, but
Yeah.
like far as the sports, man, we all know it's like professional sports. We like, we rolling with LA or NFL team, but you rocking with you be checking them out, you be following up on them with the sports and all the different sports.
No, I do, man. At least since they've been winning. I ain't gonna hold
Yeah.
you since they've been winning.
Yeah.
But because they won back to back CIAA's
Yeah.
last 2 years. So what they lost last week to Johnson C. Smith, they got blew out. But
Yeah.
I be trying to stay plugged in, man. I think it's right up the street, from me. Like, so it's like, all right, why not one, and I love live sports, so
Yeah.
something to get the kids exposed to. Other than just going up there for homecoming, what I mean?
Yeah.
It's right up the street, man. So just try to stay plugged in as much as I can. I want to go check out a basketball game. It's been a minute since I checked out a basketball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got I think it's Bobby Gardner. I think he hooped that. He hooped at Fluvanna.
Mm-hmm.
So he up there hooping, and he's pretty nice
Oh
point
yeah,
guard.
I heard that name. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's tough though, man. I mean, I know like Bird, I know you be checking the lines out, man, and all that. But that's dope to feel like, you know what I'm saying. You went there, they wasn't like that when we was there, as far as like
Yeah.
football, but now
Yeah.
that's like 720, more than a 360, man. They
Yeah.
powerhouse like one of them Texas schools or something.
Yeah,
Man.
that's why I like following them, man, because we didn't get that experience, man.
Mm-mm.
I think they probably won, maybe, I don't even know if they won 10 games the whole time we was in high school. So
Nah, man.
it's
That's real.
They ain't do a lot, man. And
Yeah.
even basketball, it wasn't on no national,
nah.
wasn't no national, national, you know what I'm saying, hype or nothing like that. But I don't know. I always used to see them and like, oh, they doing good, they winning. But I don't know how long it's been like this, but yeah, they on top, man. But it's a lot of, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's a lot of athletes down there, though, in Louisiana, though.
Yeah.
Like can't be eligible. All of them might not get to be eligible to do what they supposed to do. But I'm talking about for like, I don't know about basketball, but football, like straight being pure athlete, running and jumping and catching. Hey, all them guys you went to school with, all the same, the names, the last names, all them jokers got some athletic ass kids, man.
Athletic,
Yeah,
bro.
man, they do.
Thick,
They do, man.
thick athletes, man. But
Yeah.
that's good that they getting, you know what I'm saying, they getting their shine though, man. They getting to put on, man, because they've been had a lot of athletes in all them like small schools like that, man. But when you don't get no coaching, you don't get no, you know what I'm saying, no guidance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard to find them diamonds in the rough, man, when they ain't, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what the kids, what their home lives has got going on, you know. Teachers ain't, I don't know what they get paid, but they don't get paid enough. So if you teaching, you ain't really worried about getting the most out of a kid or worried about what they got going on at home. You're trying to get home just like they are. You know what I mean? I mean, that's why, I don't know how it is in public schools now, but teachers, man, they don't really, I think they do a good job, but it ain't really there. They ain't really there for that, man. So for them to have those guys that's, you know what I'm saying, that's eligible to do what they doing, and they putting out some like D1 athletes, some pros, some professional athletes, man. So they doing something right down there.
Yeah, man. You gotta have somebody that make you feel inspired, at that level.
Yeah.
When it's coming from like coaches and leadership, man. So I guess it's definitely something that as a kid, man, you want to go out there and do whatever this coach is asking you to do. You got to feel inspired by him. So kudos to the coaching staff and whoever they put together down there to kind of keep things going, to keep them kids inspired and motivated, man. Because it's been looking good.
Yeah, man.
Louisa, they got a good feeder program. Just
Yeah.
Little League and all that.
Yeah, I'm thinking like from Little League all the way up to high school, they running the same offense.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's when you know you're doing something.
Smart.
That's when you got something. When you start doing it like that.
Yep.
System.
Yep.
It's smart. It's smart,
Yeah.
man. I mean, especially if kids from backyard are coming to the high school. Why not? I mean, I think it's a disservice when you don't have a good feeder program in a county, and it's small counties at that. So to compete with the Highland Springs, the Rhinos, they in that conversation now.
Yeah, they're right there with them. Yeah, they're right there with them. Yeah, but yeah, that's dope though, man. I mean, hey, and then like you said, I don't know who started it off, but that's big that they got that going on, man, and now they got people to look to. So now all the other kids, like we was there, I don't know who we was looking at to be like, oh, he made it. We had basketball. We had a couple guys that went to like the D1, but I wasn't even looking at them like, oh, he went, I could go. So I didn't even look at it like that. But football, it's different when you can see somebody on TV. You can see somebody that went from your school that made it to the NFL or made it, made it out of there. Then you know what I'm saying, you can do the same thing. So that's all it's about, man. You just gotta see it, man. Whatever it is, a business and in sports or whatever, man. If you see somebody that look like you or somebody that you can talk to or that you can reach out and like actually have an interaction with, and they went somewhere, above and beyond, then it ain't nothing to say that you can't do it. So that's what's happening. That's what need to happen everywhere. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
Yeah. Hey, so what's this? This about to be Thanksgiving close, man. So what y'all in the business side, man, how y'all boys feeling, the end of the year, man? Y'all ready for the new year, or y'all just taking it like, ain't really feeling how we always talk about closing out the year. We always talk about, getting ready for the new year. So for you, Lionel, what you got going on end of the year, man? How you feel about the year, man?
That's real talk. I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm like, damn, man, it's just about to be a continuation, right? Because I'm already kind of in like go mode, and all right, I got momentum. So it really is like, all right, it's just going to be a new month for real, for
Yeah.
real. And with that, a new year gonna come with it because I'm already in go mode for real.
Yep.
And I was, man, I've been, reflecting, right, looking at the year, and it hasn't been a bad year. I know, I think I've said on the pod a couple of times, like just not really feeling like I've met
Yeah.
my expectations for the year.
Yep.
But I came into this year wanted to lose 50 pounds. I'm down 20 pounds for the year, so I'm like, all right. I mean, we ain't bad,
Yeah.
Look, we ain't bad, but I do think one of the things. I'm seeing, I'm seeing now, man, is just this push. I am feeling this push. I am feeling like just wrapping up a lot of things just around introducing new things for the business, working on new initiatives, finishing, executing, right. So I do feel like there's a lot of things I want to see happen or start by the first of the year for the business standpoint.
Yeah.
But I do got to be realistic with that as well, so sometimes I can just be like just grinding, but just also unrealistic. Like just putting everything on the plate, but you can't eat it, right? So it's like, all right, bro, what we gonna do? We gotta do something different, So just take my time, understanding that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up with you, man? Business, personal,
Man.
whatever, man. Whatever you got going on.
I think Lionel said a good thing. It's just like a continuation. And I think, and kind of to translate that, man, it's a marathon.
Mm.
So during that marathon, you gotta really understand like your pace, when you're gonna pick it up, when it's time to ease up, so that you're steady,
Finish.
and trying to finish strong, and that should be the goal. So whatever comes with finishing strong, I just want to pick those things up along the way, whether it's, creating, new marketing or researching a new product that I could introduce to my service line. For me, it's just being knowledgeable of the things that are out there and how it can enhance my service. So, that's been my outlook for the next year. Like, how can I enhance my service? And, I had spoke with you guys the first time, and just saying like, I'm good where I'm at, but I know I can expand. The wife was just talking to me the other day, like, hey, like, are you gonna buy a truck? And that's a gray area for me. So, if it happens, it happens. But right now I'm just, running the marathon with it, man.
Yeah. When you say buy a truck, like for you can move around with your stuff, like
Yeah, like
detail.
fully, like
I got
truck with a water tank and everything in it. You know what I mean? Like,
I got
if I do that, then it's gonna be serious. So,
Yeah.
Am I ready for that?
I'm glad you said that.
I don't know.
Nah, that's real talk.
That's
talk.
like, yeah, man. I feel you, man. But I like that marathon joint because, like, we got to treat. We always say that. We always, of course, we know where everybody got that from, but we always say that. But I don't know if people really know, like, that's like what that really means. So, like you said, man, when you start the new year, that's why this year, I'm sure we're gonna do it. We'll be on here before the new year, and we'll talk about, what that is or what we're gonna do with that. But I ain't really with that, like, start the year. I'm gonna start the year off this way. I'm just gonna let it, you know what I'm saying, just let it come how it comes, man. And like I said, just get ready. So I'm just trying to get prepared, like personally and professionally for whatever. So January might come, might not be nothing happening. February is just going, what I'm saying, just going to try to align everything, get everything together, have myself ready. So when, what I'm saying, you get that break or you get that call, like you, Raymar, you could get somebody that like what you're doing that you don't know, and they want to get you, contract you or something. Or you, Lionel, like we usually talk about doing stuff up this way, moving businesses this way, that way. But from somebody we talking to or somebody that just seen you, you'll get a call about some type of expansion. And like we say, you might not be ready. So while we sit around here talking about what we want to do, is we really ready for, you know what I'm saying, what could happen? Because you could get a whole lot. What they say? They said like you can't cry about how's that joint go? Something about you can't really cry about if you wish for all this stuff and then you get it and like, damn, it's too much. oh, I can't handle all this. So that's what I think I'm gonna spend the rest of this year and next year is I'm gonna try to get ready, man. Get ready for whatever. So when something do happen, that's 10x like that, you know what I'm saying? There's something that's like, oh damn, this is serious for personal or the professional. Then you ready because we just talk about it, and then it's gonna come and it's gonna miss you, or you know what I'm saying, or you ain't gonna be ready for it. So then we'll be sitting around here next November talking the same thing.
Same thing.
I had these goals, but man, you know, I didn't get to do this. I didn't get to work out like I wanted to. I didn't get to, you know, I told myself I was going to eat better. I told myself I was going to start this or start that. But I just feel like every day, man, just try to get yourself prepared, man, because, you know, you want to be, like they say, hit the ground running, man. So like whatever it is, I just feel like that's what we should do, man. Just less talking, man, more action, man. That's it. And I said that the other day, and I think I was listening to, I don't know what I was listening to, something on Fabulous or something when I had posted like me doing some push-up or something. That's what all I thought about. I just said, do more and say less. So so that's what I think I'm gonna try to do this year with everything. And if I'm talking to, if we talk, we constantly, of course we're gonna share what we got going on. But as far as me to just be out here just, you know what I'm saying, telling the whole world, nah, man, I'm just gonna get it together, man, and then hey, like Kendrick say, man, when you pop out.
Yeah, pop out. Yeah. You look totally different. You moving totally different. Yeah. It's funny you say that because I was gonna bring this up, man. I mean, you know, you've been moving out here in silence already.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to talk to us a little bit more about More Life. You know,
Hey, look. Well, you know, let me ask you this, man. Before I tell you, man, you know where I got that name from, don't you?
More Life. No,
That's
Aubrey Graham.
Yeah. And I ain't even get it from him, but so like every time. So for a while, like of course, like probably like 2 years, man. I started like juicing. So I don't even know. I forgot why I did it. I don't know. I just got tired of buying them joints, and they were too high, man, in the store. So I was like, well, I could just, you know, I'll just make this. Maybe we talked to Julian. I think I was doing it before we talked to Julian. But yeah, I was doing it before.
In our first podcast with Jessica, y'all was rapping about that joint.
Yeah. So I don't really know. I can't remember why. But as far as like trying to like form a business, I was just telling myself like, yo, I'm gonna see, you know, because I remember I always listened to hear what Wallow said. He always say, "It's 8 billion people in the world." So just because you got a mental health practice, don't mean Raymond can't have one. Or just because Julian got a juice business, or somebody like. So that's what I always listen to when I think about it. Like, it's 8 billion people in the world. He said you don't need everybody to mess with you to win. So that's what I always, when I think about it, I was like, damn, he's right. Because if you got a clientele of 1,000 people a month, 500 people a month, like Julian told us, he can't do but 500 orders at that point. He only could do so many in a month. So it don't matter how much he want to do. He only is capable of doing so much at a time before he gotta like expand or whatever.
True.
So so that's
everybody.
No, you can't, man. You can't do it. So what I just thought about it, man, and once me and wife we talked about it, it was like, yo, we're gonna try to do it. She said for like a couple months, she's like, what's gonna be the name? So I'm throwing around all these names, man. And I had a bunch of names, man. So I was like, I don't worry about it. Every time she tell me something like that, I was like, it'll come to me. So I'm talking about like baby names, whatever. I was like, I'll see it somewhere, it's gonna come to me. So I'm listening to something. And I heard the joint. You remember the song, man, what's the song? Do Not Disturb. So he be saying at the end of the song, he say, I'll come back 2018 to give you the summary. And then he just say More Life. That's all he said at the end. So I just heard the joint. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna use. That's what I'm rolling with, man. So and then of course, it is when I hear Styles P talk about put life in your body, not putting death in your body, talking about one of those posts he had a long time ago about all this different stuff we eat that's dead. So he was like, put some life in your body. So I remember that too. So that's where I came up with it at, man. And then, I just been messing around for a while. I probably haven't not had a juice. And every day I had at least one for like 2 years, every day. So something that either I made it or if I ain't got some, I'll grab it from somewhere. But probably something I made probably every single day for like 2 years, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So
it is.
yeah. So And then in the summertime, I might drink 5 or 6 of them joints in the day when it's hot outside. But yeah, man, I just been cooking them up, man, messing around with like recipes. And then I don't know, she told me about that craft fair at their school. And, you know, and ain't none of us at that school. So I was like, all right, we'll see. We'll check it out. And I wasn't really trying to do it. But then she kept messing with me about it. So we got in that joint the other day and it was good, man. All them people, you know what I'm saying? That's a different market. Yeah, that's what they about.
Yeah.
So the kids, so the thing I saw was like the little kids was, you know, they was picking it up or whatever. And they telling their parents like, hey, I want to, you know, I want some more of that. So it's something that when you're dealing with like, you know, I ain't gonna say people with money, but I ain't gonna say white people either. But when you're dealing with people that, you know, they want their kids to have, even like y'all, you want your kids that you ain't gonna drink a cold pressed juice and give your kid a Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you get, you know what I'm saying, they gonna get too. So it was good though, man. Everything, I almost sold out everything I had up there. And you know, people asking me, but like I was talking earlier, now when people asking her or like, where can I get it? Well, damn, you know, now it's like, hold up, like I ain't noticed all this is gonna happen right now. So that's what I said. That's why I said what I said earlier, man. I gotta just make sure I'm ready, man. Cause even though I've been moving, you could say in silence, now I came out. Now people want to know like, what's up? Like, where you at?
That's fair.
So, you know, so that's why, you know, we still trying to, you know, get it straight so we can be, you know, online and we can have it, you know, have it like we want to have it. But I'm just looking for right now, I'm looking for those pop-up spot events, them spots where I can get vendors. Because that's where I like it the best is when I can talk to somebody. You got your kids out there. I mean, that's like a scam, man. You got 2 little kids out there with you. And you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that's what we doing, man. So for the year, that's what I'm gonna try to do, man. Try to, you know, get up off the ground, man, and keep it moving, man. Keep it pushing, man, because that's something that I'm gonna do regardless. So that's why I figured it was easy for me to do it. Because if that's what I'm gonna do every day, whether I was sell it or not. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's part of my lifestyle. So it ain't like I'm doing something that's not me or doing something that's, you know what I'm saying, that's not like representing who I am. So, you know, I just figured we're gonna slap some labels on it, man, and you know. I sold a lot of things in my life, man. So, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's easy, man. It's easy to, you know, I'm gonna sling these juices, man. You know what I mean?
So water to a well, you know what I'm saying? We can make it happen, man. Yeah. I think there's a power in that, man. Like that moving in silence, but moving with intention at the same time, like doing something positive, right? Yeah. What do you think has been the benefit of that for you? Just not sharing it.
Man, you can make mistakes, man. You can make mistakes, and this ain't something that I can mess up, really. But I'm just saying, you can all the things that I said, like all the going back and forth with a name. So if I would have said something 6 months ago that I would have changed my mind, it wouldn't have mattered. But just for your mental, for your mind, for anybody else, like that stuff don't really bother me, like somebody's opinion. But I mean, it'll still cross your mind. It'll still play with your mental because you said you was going to do something, or you said like, hey, this is what I'm on right now. And then when you get behind closed doors, you're like, nah, I don't think that's the move. Well, then you got to go back out there, you got to fix it, or you got to come back out with something else. So just a human going to be like, well, damn, I thought he called it this, or I thought said he was going to do this. So just the silence part is just, man, you get to make your mistakes, man. You get to correct, you get to, you know what I'm saying, test stuff out. You get to just sit back and, you know, and watch, man. And you can learn. Like I learned stuff just from watching Julian, just from watching. That's really like the benefit of social media, man. You can see what people doing. You can I done had people that I gave stuff to, you know, you can see what people like, man, you know. So I just think it's a benefit, man, because, you know, it ain't my, if that was my only thing, if that was like something I was going to go all out with, like quit your job type of stuff, then, you know what I'm saying, the silence part might not be because you want to get it out there because you're relying on that. But the fact that, you know what I'm saying, at the moment, it's like a side hustle with the hopes of being something more. So then, you know, you just take your time, man. I think it's allow you to take your time more, man. That's it.
Yeah, you want to come correct too. And I think, you know, like in the world that we are in today, where everything is like social media driven, and that's how we garner a lot of attention for different things. You want to be able to separate the church and the state, you know,
Yeah.
break that down for
you
them. That's a fact.
you know what I'm saying? You can't, like, if you're operating a business, or if you're doing something for a benefit for your personal life, and in social media, you can't like have those things merged, because your things that you might do personally may not align with what you're doing for your benefit of a business or something of that nature. And then, like you were saying, like, you put certain things out there, people might, back off, because, what you're portraying for your business or for whatever else you may be doing to garner attention in the correct way, they might like be like, I don't know if I could get with that because of what they see here. So
Yeah.
you just gotta be very meticulous and cautious if it's something that you're trying to grow for your personal benefit, especially on that social media stuff, because you can't mix the two things together if you're trying to benefit off of one, but you're portraying something different over here.
Yeah. So if I was out, I'm partying, which we can all go out if we want to, but if I'm trying to sell something that's representing like health, but every story, everything I post is like the complete opposite, on top of me being indecisive with, all right, this is what I'm doing. All right, now you know what? Next month, that ain't the name, or nah, we're gonna do it this. Now we selling smoothies. Now we selling, you know what I'm saying, whatever. It just makes sense to like I said, just allow you to, you know what I'm saying, to brainstorm, man, make some mistakes, and you know what I'm saying, just allow you to just take your time, man. You don't gotta, because when you put something on social media, that's open for interpretation, man. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Somebody can, you know what I'm saying, your business. Raymond, you could put something out about your car, and somebody that really know you're like, well, then this guy, his car look awful. Why would I let him watch it? You know what I'm saying? That's what some people might say. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why when you come out, which I'm sure your joints you probably keep yours and your old ladies, everybody's clean, but that's just something as an example, man. But
Right.
people critique, man. And then people that we know, people that we knew forever, man. Everybody ain't got that mind, man. Everybody don't got that mindset. So extra is like foreign to people. Like some people just like, yo, y'all got a job, man. Why you want to do? What else you want? You know what I'm saying? Why you got to do this? That's what people think, man. So that's why you can't give it to them. And some of it ain't even their fault, man. It just they don't know better. Some people just, hey, I got a good job, whatever they think that is, and it ain't no thought of doing nothing extra. It ain't no thought of like running a business. It's just like, hey, you living good. You seem to be doing well. You don't need to do nothing else. So when you come with something else, they already turned off because like, damn, like what else you want? What else you need? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you, Lana, if you grow your joint and then you open up 4 or 5 spots, it's gonna be somebody like, well, damn, man, why? Like I wouldn't have did all that. I wouldn't have put it there. I would have did it here. So that's what I feel, man. You don't got to hear all them opinions, even though they don't matter to us. But still, you know what I'm saying, it can affect your train of thought, man. It can affect your drive, man. The fact like, all right, well, maybe that is enough, man. Maybe I should chill out on this one or that. So that's why I think, man, you got to be around people that's on the same thing you own. You gotta you keep it quiet because you don't got to hear no whispers if you keep it quiet, man, as you can anyway.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
Nice. All of that. I mean, I believe, man. Early on, I've learned that you want to protect your dreams. You want to protect, and we kind of talked about this a minute ago, like the energy that you can charge from, or the energy that you can accelerate behind your dreams by not telling people, by holding it in and just letting it just build up and grow and fester is so much more powerful than telling everybody. You keep letting it out. You letting all the steam out of it. It's like y'all got Instapots. Y'all mess with Instapots? It's like a crock pot, but
I think it might be.
It's like a pressure
I don't
cooker.
Be in the kitchen, man. I don't be.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right. So when that bad boy is done, you gotta push a button and let the steam out.
Yeah.
Right. But when it's all that pressure in there, that's where everything cook quicker. It cooks. It like it's more tenderized. It creates all the heat when it's not opened up, stirred up, right? Top back on. So I mean, I look at it like that, man. I think that silence piece is everything. As you talking, I'm sitting there thinking back on my process on starting my business, and I feel like I was similar. I feel like it was a very similar process. I think it's like people probably didn't even know I had a side hustle until it was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing, and it's off the ground, and I'm in there,
Yep.
tweaking and working on things. It's my office space,
Yeah,
and
man.
so it's I think there's a beauty in that, because you do have dream killers out there, man. You got people that'll kill your dream, people that'll doubt your situation.
Yep.
When I was starting to practice, I would tell people I was working with, I had started it, and they'd tell you, "Oh, you need to be careful about A, B, and C, and dot 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 dot." I'm like, "Why are you putting that in my head?" And
Yeah.
so you have those situations where people, because of their experiences or someone else's experiences, they'll project it onto your vision and your situation. So so it's facts.
Absolutely, man. And I think there's an old saying like the fruit is as good as the root,
Mm,
and if you kind of like think about that, below the surface level, in order to establish good roots and planting things, everything has to be right, and
mm,
the roots are grown and rooted in darkness,
Yeah.
and and you can translate that to the time that you're spending by yourself,
That's it.
formulating, making sure everything is the way it needs to be before it pops out into this beautiful thing that you've created
Yep.
mhm,
in silence, by yourself, in the time where you've spent to, check off the boxes, making sure this is working this way. If it didn't work, you're going back to the drawing board. And I
Mhm.
think that's just important of establishing good roots, man. So the fruit
mhm.
of your labor, is going to be something that everybody's going to come pick and be able to get more life from,
Yeah.
So
That's real.
like you got going, John, I had to, spin
Put
that
that
in
in
there.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, don't charge me, man. I might use it, man. Yeah,
That's
man. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I just felt like I don't know. I be trying to, hey, like Alana don't know, man. We done tried some different things, man. We done tried some different avenues, man,
fact.
for the
Man,
entrepreneurship, for the, what I'm saying, the side hustles, and
Yeah.
everything don't come up roses, man. You know what I'm saying? But the thing, like, I like the other day, man, my wife was on the phone with somebody and they was asking her about it, and she was like, well, why this or why y'all when y'all thought about that? And she was like, we just ain't afraid to try stuff. So I was like,
Mhm,
yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man, because
mhm,
it don't really matter, man. As long as you still got, as long as you ain't going, as long as you got an opportunity, you wake up, you got some idea in your mind, man. If you can, what I'm saying, put it down on paper, or you can, like she always tell me, hey, Google or Chat GBT, you can do anything. So if you know what I'm saying, as long as you can look something up and you got some idea in your mind, man, you can try and do it. So that's what I say, man. Just like I said, I've been trying to think of a lot of things, man, because I just feel like this right here was just easy, man, because that's just what I'm doing.
what you do? Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just what I'm
yeah.
doing every day. So if I wasn't on here, if I wasn't on Instagram, if I wasn't doing nothing, that's what I'd be doing every
mhm.
Sunday. Every Sunday
Yeah.
morning, man, while I'm watching, after we finish hooping, I come back, I got the game on. That's what I'm doing. So,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen regardless. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really, it ain't no fear of what if something don't happen. If it don't happen, then Mason and Dallas gonna be drinking them. So, we ain't tripping. It don't really matter.
It's
So,
easy. It's
yeah.
easy.
So it
Yeah.
don't really matter.
That's
But
facts.
I just feel like that's my thing though. Like with Raymond, with you and with y'all too, both of y'all doing something that, like Raymond, you told us, like that's a passion that you got for detail. Lionel, your joint, that's your thing,
Yeah.
man. Like
Yeah.
if you wasn't doing that, I don't really know. I wouldn't. What else would you be doing? I mean, you went to school for that, but I'm just saying, if you wasn't doing that, what would you be
No.
doing?
Facts.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
So
know.
you might be here to do something else or to take that
Yeah.
and expand it, or it might be
Yeah.
something else that you can do besides that. But I don't think it's too high of a chance that you will never go away from that, like where I'm done with that mental health
Mhm, mhm.
therapy space. Like you might
Yeah,
do something else and make $1 billion, but this always gonna have
Mhm,
something to do with your
mhm.
everyday. I feel like.
Yeah, purpose and passion. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Absolutely,
that's it.
absolutely. Yeah, 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 man. All of that's included in that, and so you know, you know, and I think a lot of, man, I think a lot of times, man, we don't really connect with those things that speaks to us, fulfill us. You know, we just throwing darts at the board. And there's been moments in my life where, to your point, John, like, bro, I didn't want to do what I was doing
Yep.
because I was making $45,000 a year. We had one income. You know, family, man. At that time, I had three of them at that time. So, bro, I'm like, I gotta find a way. This ain't
Yeah.
it. So what
You
I'm
gotta
gonna do?
go see Pablo or somebody.
See what I'm saying?
Something.
So what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do?
some kind of shake, man.
I dabbled into the MLM. That won't me, really, right? Then I'm like, damn. So one thing that saved me, man, was I was watching the ESPYs, and y'all remember Michael Sam? He was one of the
Yeah, the
first
gay
gay football
football player.
players.
Yeah.
So they had him present an award. I think it was the Arthur Ashe Award or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit it with he shared a Arthur Ashe quote, and it was start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. And a light bulb just went off in my head. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can.
Yep.
And when you tell your story, John, that's what it is,
Yep.
bro. You've been juiced, like you said, you've been juicing for 2 years.
Yep.
You've been on a health kick for 2 years.
Yeah.
You name your company More Life. You're giving people more life. Man, like it's a hell of a passion, man. So you see it in your work, you see it in what you're doing, and don't overcomplicate it. I think sometimes we overcomplicate things, and bro, it's standing right in front of you what you got to do, but it's like putting that puzzle together and making it all make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the same for me. It was like, dude, you didn't just got $100,000 in debt for this degree. What you doing with it?
Yeah,
make that bad boy work for you, you know? So, all right. I had to lock in, somebody told me you had to get a case of sit your ass down. Yeah. And that's really what it is sometimes. It's just, you got to sit down and grind something out and execute and see the end product. Mm-hmm. But, one thing that I learned early on is like when shit got hard, I'm quitting. I ain't keep doing that. And, I think that was something I had to learn and get through eventually to see things in my life materialize into something great. Yep. But yeah, man.
So I guess to have a question related to that, like, what was for both of you guys, like, what was that point in your life where like the light bulb switched, where you may have been like just like going through the motion? I think I know you touched based on yours, like you just been like going through the motion, and one day you just like, you know what, it's got to be something a little better, or I can apply myself a little better. There's always a moment in our lives that we're either going to make a decision for ourselves. Yeah. So like, when did that occur for you guys?
Man, I don't know if I don't think it happened. It ain't really happened yet, man. Like of course I have, like we always be talking about it, man. I always got the thoughts like, I know I'm not doing my 9 to 5. That ain't my passion. That ain't my purpose. That's just my means to keep my lights on. That's what that is. Now, so that ain't, so I always know that. So I thought that for years, like people be asking me like, man, that's what you do that? I'm like, yeah, man, that's it. But that ain't what they would think from me as a kid, or me like now. That ain't even what I talk about. That's just what I do to pay my bills. So far, like business, man, I always knew it's something else for me to be doing. But like I said, I could never really put my finger on it. I just always know, like, my thing is, I'm a more of a, I don't know how you would call it. Like, I can come up with an idea and I know how it's supposed to go, but I got to get somebody to help me jump it off. So I can like almost like, what's that? Like I would be good like a starter. What's it called? Starter. What do people call those? Startup businesses where you go and put your money into something that's already going. Yeah, startup. Yeah. So that's kind of how I think when I think about stuff. Like, always got an idea, but like I told y'all before, I'm gonna be procrastinating. I'm gonna have it in my head. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna leave it alone. So just for me seeing stuff, man, and just seeing my kids and seeing them how they talk, man, something just told me, probably just in the last couple of years, man, just seeing your kids walking around, hearing them talk about what they want to do, and them just being so like in activities. And that's when I think if I had a light bulb, probably from seeing them in those sports and those activities that they play. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna miss all this. If I keep going like the way I'm going, just to go to work, go home, not really build no like individual freedom for myself financially, like that's what I think. If I would say a light bulb, just because I know like I gotta find something that give me more freedom so I don't miss nothing. So when they get older, whatever they doing, if they playing, which I hope, which we all hope they playing the sports we like or the things that we enjoy, but whatever it is, man, I just don't like to miss that. So so that's why I told myself like you gotta figure something out to where you can afford yourself some free time, whether it's in 2 months or 5 years. But I mean, other than that, man, I just always knew like I feel like I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a leader, man. Like I don't mind. I know how to follow. I know how to take orders, but I feel like I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to call the plays, man. I'm a leader. I can get people to see my point of view. I can get people to like, hey, I can, like you said, Lon, they'll sell water to a well, man. So I just feel like, if I'm on something that's positive, that's good, I can get somebody to like side to see my point of view, or see what I'm saying is legit. So just me with the kids, man, just seeing them what they doing, and I'm like, man, I can't miss that. I ain't trying to miss none of that. So that just made me feel like I gotta find out something, and it ain't nothing wrong with trying a bunch of things. Like while I'm doing this, if something else come into my mind, I might try it, but I gotta learn. I gotta work on that too. Is I gotta lock in on one thing. Once I figure like this right here, I'm gonna lock in on that, and I'm gonna try to, put all my time that I got, outside of, working and family, and try to, what I'm saying, get it to where it need to be, man. But that's it for me though, man. Just the kids, man. I want to be that dad where I'm at all the games, man. Like T Morant. I'm like, what I'm saying? Like T Morant. I want to be at all the I want to be at all the functions, man. So whether it's a band recital or whether it's a, a basketball game or a football game or a swimming meet. So for everything for me, man, it's the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? We just it ain't nothing like something that you come up with or something that you create that you can make money from. You know what I mean? So I think we heard somebody else talk about. I think it was D Gilliam, man. Ain't nothing like when you away from you out doing whatever, you can get an email that you done made a sale doing something while you ain't even working. Like while you could be on vacation, man. You could be at your one job and you getting orders, you getting requests. Even for like with you, Raymond, you getting orders, so like, damn, this weekend I'm booked. Next weekend I'm booked too. That's stressful, but that's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, just that feeling, man. Hey, so that's what I see social media for, man. That's what I use it for. I see all that on there. Some of it's, you can say some of it's real or not, but just that thing right there, man. That's what I'm looking for, man. So for me, that's what I think when you talk about a light bulb, man. Just that generational wealth, that freedom, man. That's what I'm looking for, man.
Respect.
Yeah, that's solid, man. No, I mean, I think I'm not too far away from that. I think the kids, definitely, um, definitely was a aha moment for me, or a light bulb moment for me. Is like, all right, we gotta do something different. Like that time frame, man, of 2013, 14, 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
That was that moment, man, where it's like, all right, I got to do something different. Like, yeah, this is cool what I'm doing, but what I want, the lifestyle I want to have, like what I'm doing now isn't going to get me where I want to. And I think for me, it was probably more about the time. Like, I wanted to get not being patient with the process. Like, I wanted it when I wanted it, but nonetheless, for me, it was like, yo, generational wealth, getting introduced to all these financial freedom, generational wealth, residual income, like being introduced to all those concepts, 10, 12 years ago was definitely that time frame. But I would say to this, man, it was I think it's levels of that. All right, we got to turn it up a little bit more. And I think I definitely had a passion. I'm on fire, but I feel like it was a passion. It was let's see, disorganized disorganized passion.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm passionate about this thing, but really it's not going in one direction.
Yeah, man.
And then it fizzled out because the results wasn't coming. And then it was like, all right, what we doing? And then, all right, boom, we're gonna lock in on what we started to do for college. And so let's lock in here, let's do what we gotta do here. And that's when I had the vision, all right, let's start the practice. And once I got my license, and it was like, all right, cool, good, let's rock out here. But even in that, I played it small. And I think a lot of times I process like, damn, why did I just sell myself short? And even now, like it's the same concept. Like, why do I have to settle for it being a side hustle? Why don't I have to settle for it being a small practice or one location practice? Yeah. Why am I not 10xing my thoughts around these things? And a lot of times it's the self-limiting beliefs I have around what's possible for me, or what I'm capable of. But but those are definitely these levels, right, that I constantly go into of like, I'm demanding a little bit more from you. Let's see what else can we do. How can we stretch this thing and stretch yourself? So the kids definitely, generational wealth definitely, but also too, man, for me, man, I think, man, I deserve it, man. I've worked hard, bro. Like, I've been through a whole hell of a lot, and it's like, shit, why not me? Everyone else can do it, bro. You go online, you look up mental health practices. You don't see many faces like mine. I mean, it's a predominantly white woman field. So I'm like it's minority. I'm triple minority in that thing. So it's like, okay,
you're a male at that, black male.
The black male at that, man. So double minority in this space, and then just being a business owner, and so yeah, man, I find myself constantly coming to those moments of like, dude, we got to do a little bit more. Why are we sitting on these ideas? Similar to you, John, like that. You have these visions and these ideas about doing something different, something better, and I'll sit on them, and I'll sit on them, and I'll sit on them, and then, I feel like it's God coming in, and He'll push me, right?
Yep.
And I got talk about being ready. I got 3 therapists knocking on the door, wanting to work with me, and they want to bring their whole caseload with them. It's situations like that where, like we said, you're not prepared, you're not ready, right? And then then you're growing when you're not really ready. So you're flying the ship, flying the plane and building the plane, and all at the same time. And
you can't work on the plane and fly at the same time, man.
Brother.
Right.
So, but with Raymond, with you, man, you asked the question, man. But like you saying, your wife telling you about buying the truck, Lana, you talk about, why you just got one location. So we all saying the same thing, but I don't really know why. I mean, we ain't scared, but we kind of are like I don't know, man. Like, now it is sometimes it's smart to just be like, all right, I'm gonna take it easy right now. But when like I'm pretty sure Raymond, he could break down the numbers of if he was to go further, get him a truck, what it's gonna cost him, what his clientele does, and sometimes it just don't make sense to do that. Sometimes you can just do just as good the way you're doing it. But just as far as we all talking about expansion or adding on, and we all like kind of like hesitant for whatever reason. So, I don't know if that's something we could be right for doing that. We could be not the time, but like how we figure out, like, do we just say, man, I'm gonna wait, and then we like holding ourselves back, or do we like, man, you know what? As long as it ain't gonna break me, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go ahead and step it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So how we get out of that to figure out if I'm really just being cautious, or I'm being scared, or I'm being safe, or am I being like, am I just not confident? Because if we see us when we get up in the morning, we get out and go, we do. You wouldn't look at us and be like, yeah, he don't really know what he want to be. He don't really know who he is. But when we talking about these like unfamiliar, endeavors in business, we kind of like, what's the word? We kind of like tiptoeing a little bit, man. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't really know what it is, but if y'all know, y'all let me know, man. Because we ain't scared to taking risk, but we still like cautious, man. We get comfortable with where we are. We don't like to be I don't like to be uncomfortable all the time. I don't want to every day, you know what I'm saying, you working, you don't know, you don't really know what you got going on, but sometimes you got to do that. Like Nip said, you got to be uncomfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like that. When you're uncomfortable, sometimes that's when you do your best one too. So, y'all let me know.
I think it's a combination of a little bit of everything that you said, man.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we're all family men. We got other responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I think, your next move always has to be something that's thought, planned out, and put in a way for you to reach that goal. And I think it's the risk. We talk about, like you said, Lionel, risk, like the risk, like risk and reward. When is the right time to take the risk?
Yeah.
You got a lot of people out here, like if you read like Grant Cardone books or these different authors that are progressive in business, like they're gonna tell you just like, hey, just go out there and do it.
Yeah.
But how many people can just go out there and do it? You got to be able to have a certain drive, but you also got to be set up to do things like that too.
But some
And
people
I
ain't
think,
though. Some of those guys
yeah,
aren't set up. Some of those
yeah,
guys, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, man, we all just hear the stories, but some people they wasn't set up.
they wasn't.
And
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
saying
you're
I
right.
want to be that guy to be like when in 5 years we on here talking. I tell y'all, man, hey, I was down to my last $700, and then boom, something happened, and now I'm a millionaire. I don't want to have to tell that story because I don't want to be. I don't think I should have to. I don't think I should have to go down that far to come up. But I'm just saying, a lot of these people, a lot of these stories, that's how they are, man. So
Steve Harvey story, living
yeah,
in cartoons type
I don't
shit.
want to
Tyler
live. I
Perry,
want to live in nothing I drive, man. I don't want to live in nothing that I drive, dog. So, but yeah, you go ahead, man. But I'm just saying, it's some people, man. They just, I don't know, man. But I'm right. I'm with you though. I'm not willing to do that at the moment. But I do think it's more risk that we should take, though. More calculated risks that we should take. Not those major, lose your home risks. But I think it's more that we can do to not be so in a comfort zone when it comes to expanding. You know what I'm saying? So if you thought about the truck, it might not be that, but you maybe, I don't know how they say they rent something like that. Say you can rent that, for example. You could try it out and say, okay, boom, this is my busy time of the years around here. I'm gonna get something if that's possible. You do that, you know what I'm saying? You see how that work, then you do your numbers and see how it works. But I just feel like we got to step on the gas a little bit more, man. And that's different for everybody. That's different for me and you, Lionel. But I just feel like you ain't gonna get we ain't gonna get we can like bust through the ceiling, man, if we just take a little bit more of a risk. But like you said, man, not to go sink with it, but I feel like we gotta be a little bit more ambitious, man. That's what I feel like I gotta do anyway.
I feel you on that.
Hey, I'll be real, man. I've been on both sides of this thing, man, where I've like turned it all the way up, right? Didn't get what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, when I did the MLM, bro, like, so I gambled on it. Not gambled, but
what's that? Tell me if nobody know what's that.
So when I was doing the multi-level marketing, I was doing 5 links, and I did another company too.
I got you.
I was side hustles, right? Yep. But the idea of it, right? I was trying to do it. I was working on it, replacing Jasmine's income.
Yeah,
she was on. What was she on? After having Jace, she was on bed rest for a minute with Jace. Mm-hmm. Then after having Jace, like, boom, don't go back to work. She said, she wanted to stay home with the babies, right? Yeah. With Jace, and then end up getting pregnant 12 months later. A little less than 12 months later. What's that? Probably about
back to back.
5 months later, you know what I mean? So then she's like, definitely, I ain't going back to work for sure. So I'm like, all right, well, boom, that's cool. I got some, in the pocket we're going to work on. And, and I think, man, in that moment, bro, like just gambling with, all right, you don't have to go back to work. I'm going to make this happen.
Yep.
And it didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen. And bro, just the damage that it caused financially and what I had to do to get back into a place, man, like that was scarring for sure.
Yeah.
Right. So getting back into business, like going back to why I started out tiptoeing into the practice, like, all right, I'm gonna keep this as a side hustle. I'm gonna keep it full time. Right. I did that for 4 years before I was like, all right, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
But even still, I mean, I did the full transition. I went from a full time to a part time, right? Then I had to actually hire people in the practice before I even went into it full time. So I created so much layers of defense, right? Then I started the trucking company, bro. And I didn't create, like, to your point with the rental, I didn't create an exit strategy for that business. I didn't, And so when I look, I mean, by the grace of God, I was in a much better financial stable position where I could take those type of hits. But I just think, man, what if I didn't take those hits? Where could I be? What would my funds? What would credit look like? You know what I mean? Like, I leverage a lot of my credit. I leverage liquid money. You ain't gamble with house money, but you do what you got to do to keep things afloat. Right. But man, I look at those situations and to 10x and the practice is like, damn, what if people leave? All right, what if I had 6 people leave the business this year?
Yeah.
So you think about the lost revenue we've had with the practice. I mean, bro, so just like those situations pop in. So the fear of failure comes in there and it will put the chokehold on you. But to your point, John, and I started laughing because we are from the country. So if you get in the curve and that curve get away from you, you hit the brakes or you speed up. And sometimes you got to speed the fuck up to get about that curve.
You're going to be in the ditch.
You're going to be in the ditch. So if you know what you're doing, you hit that curve, that may be in your ass. But if you speed up in that curve, you may be able to get out of it. So to your point, John, you're right. Sometimes you got to go into the risk and you just got to shoot your shot because you're going to miss every shot you don't take. Right? That's what they say.
And man.
Believe that.
And I feel this too, man. And I think I learned this. It's like sometimes we gotta feel or understand that things happen for us and not to us. You know what I'm saying? Because when I started my first business endeavor, it was actually with my ex-wife. And, we were going through our differences, and she was up out of there, and it was just me, the business, and what I was doing day to day, on a 9 to 5, and the business is what kept things afloat for that period of time, and when I was by myself. And, I took on a lot during that period of time. But what I learned from that is, like, I learned who I was. I was able to learn who I was to be able to project that and inject that into the business, into something that I could stand on. So, it was something that, I didn't expect to happen, but it turned out to being something that I learned from to incorporate in my life that, like, it goes back to just, standing up on your own and, just keep continuing to push forward, because everything is not going to be in life and business. Everything's not going to be peaches and cream, but it's all about how you respond.
That's it.
And, if you respond correctly, you're going to get up out of that curve. For sure.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You got no choice sometimes.
Yeah. I like that though. I like that. Everything don't happen, some stuff don't happen to you, man. It happen for you, man. But I feel that, man, because you know what I'm saying, what's for you gonna hit you, man. It ain't gonna miss you, man. So, we said that. I think he was on here, or maybe later on I wasn't. I think he was, man. Like, we where we supposed to be at, man. Like, we where we supposed to be at. There's plenty of time ahead, Of course, we wish we was here 10 years ago. But then if you was here 10 years ago, you don't know what else. You don't know how your mental state would be. You don't know if you would be stable. So you might be here 10 years ago, you making all this money, but then you ain't married. So you might have 3 or 4 kids by 2 or 3 people. So you made all this good business financial moves, but then on your personal life, you all jacked up. So you made all this money, but then at the end of the day, you might not even see it because you gotta divvy it out because you make some bad choices, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You never know. So that's what I'm saying. So now you more stable. You ain't none of that happening right now. Hey, you know what I'm saying? None of that type of stuff happening. So you older, you wiser, you know, you got kids. So now you got a reason to do the right thing, to, you know what I'm saying, we put ourselves, you know, well, we don't put ourselves first, but you know what I'm saying? You got a reason to, when you get up, man, you got motivation, man. It ain't about nothing. You got the right motivation now. You know what I'm saying? We got the right motivation. So, you know, like we said, man, everything is perfect timing, man. We all right where we're supposed to be at. And you know, everybody seemed like they learned some lessons in the last, you know, whatever years it been. So if we was younger, we might not, we would learn them lessons, you know, in a different way. You'll learn the hard way. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But yeah, long as, hey, like my man Ellis say, man, as long as you're living, you winning, man. So long as you can get up, hey, it's a shot to, you know, make something happen, man. So,
Absolutely.
you know, and that's what we're gonna keep doing, man. That's what I think, man. But yeah, man. But hey, before we roll, man, we was gonna talk about it earlier. Let's see what this week, man, this Sunday, man. Hey, I'm gonna say it's like all our guys, man. Shador gonna get his start this Sunday, man. So before somebody watches, it'll be already done happen. But and I feel, man, what we like to talk about, man, we ain't gonna do the sports thing, but real quick, man, we've been talking about getting prepared, staying ready, all that. So I feel like that's the same thing for that. So anybody that's watching that story, that situation, you apply that to your real life, man, because you know you never know when your shot gonna come. Just like we talking about, you never know when your break gonna come. You never know when that idea that you've been talking about it's gonna pay off. It's gonna 10x. So with him, I feel like people could look at it, you know, different ways, but I feel like the way to look at it is, man, you work hard, keep your head down, you stay humble, but you stay confident, man. You stay believing in yourself, and you don't dim your light for nobody, man, because you know this is shot. But you know, like we already said, man, people waiting on them to take a L. But I just think that's a big important, like a life lesson, man. I was thinking about telling my kids about that whole story, just so when they watch a little bit of football with me when I'm watching it. But that's something that I think I'm gonna tell them, man. Just like this is something more than just sports, man. So what y'all think about that, man? What Shador got going on this weekend, man?
Excited, man. I hope he comes out victorious, honestly. But man, you know, it's something with when you have so many people that want to see you fail. Man, that type of pressure, bro. Like, and I hope he can, like, thinking about a young man going through that type of pressure. You got so many dollars. So, I mean, your own coach don't even really rock with you.
Yep.
You know, like, just think you've never practiced with the first team. You've never have thrown to these guys. You know, I've been on football fields. Everybody throw to everybody. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm sure the league is different. I'm sure college is different.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it that different? Like, we don't throw to the same receivers, you know what I mean? And I can understand it, right? At the end of the day, the guy, you know, you can definitely see that the franchise isn't really behind him. They got to start him because they got to start him. And so, but at the end of the day, I think one thing that I think speaks volumes is if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I just hope homeboy's ready. I hope he's ready to shine because that name on that back of that jersey garners a lot of attention, and the ceiling or the expectation is there for him to perform and to follow within his father's footsteps. And I think the league is also players also are kind of looking at that the same way, you know. So you know, I think it's something when you're coming from money or you're coming from already an opportunity. The best of the best. You've always had it, you know. So it's coming from, and then you got guys in the league that they had to, like your man, what's Tennessee quarterback?
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward, right?
Yeah.
Right, Cam Ward. You know, somebody just had to get it out the mud, really. You know, how to get it out the mud. So you see those type of situations, man. But no, I think he's gonna be good, man. I mean, Cam Ward didn't even, you know, he's not even like
but
you know what I mean?
like before Raymond go, that thing about Cam Ward, man, it's kind of messed up because they loved Cam Ward because he was like overly like humble. When he came out, he was the guy like Shedeur was like confident. He was, he didn't need them.
Legendary.
Cam Ward, Cam Ward was like pretty much like, I'll go with any team. I don't care. I mean, like he was one of those guys where he acted the way they want us to act. Grateful. Like, I'm just proud to be in y'all's league. I'm just proud to put on a jersey. Like, I'll play for anybody. I'll do anything. And Shedeur was, he would just tell them, like, I ain't trying to go to a bad situation. Like that ain't good for me. It's not good for any. You see all these different players, basketball, anywhere. You go to a bad team, it ain't gonna be long where it's gonna start. They ain't gonna always remember, oh, you was a number one pick, or you was good in college, or you was good at this place. You don't want to go to a bad situation. But when like Deion was trying to do it, it was a problem. But if y'all remember, Eli Manning, his dad, they did it. They told him, hey, we ain't going certain places, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was even a couple people that's talk like that. I mean, the young Manning, not to keep talking about them, they telling you he ain't coming out until we like the teams that he might get picked by. But he's the same as Shedeur. He got money, his family rich, but you don't get the same energy as they give to Shedeur, man. So when you just talk about Cam Ward, I thought about it because he was the one that they loved him. Like they loved him because he stayed in his place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He made them. Yeah, he didn't scare the owner. He didn't scare the white people, man. So I mean, that's just it's their league, it's their game. But I don't really like it. That's why I hope he do his thing because man, it's deeper than, like they said, deeper than rap, man. It's deeper than football, man. It's just
most definitely.
Yeah, man. It is. What they say real quick, it's cool when they do it, it's a problem when I do it. And you know the rest of that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool when they do it, it's a problem when I do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, his what was portrayed to us is that his confidence was arrogance.
Yeah.
And it's nothing wrong with being confident. I look at him as a very confident young man. Do I think that he carries himself in a way that gives off any other type of vibe? No, I don't. He'll stand right in front of the podium and tell you, like last weekend, like I know I can do better.
Yeah.
So I just hope Shedeur's story is one that can translate into something great. I know that he has all the tools to do the best that he can out there on the field. And I just hope he doesn't get, like you guys said earlier, like everybody's rooting against him. And I just hope that he turns that into fuel to propel himself to where he needs to be, on Sunday, and that it can change his narrative, and he can prove everybody else wrong. I'm rooting for him, man. I'm always rooting for the underdog. So I hope he just can go out there and just prove everybody wrong, prepare himself this week, and go out there and do his thing, man. Because I want to see him, hush the crowd.
I want to see him put that roller in the air, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's what they don't like, man. But yeah, man, I just hope I feel the same way, man. And like I said, man, I'm more invested in it because of the heat that they trying to throw his way. If it was just cool and everybody was just, treating it for what it's supposed to be, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal, man. But when they're against something so much, or they're waiting for him to throw a pick Sunday. They're waiting for him to, you know what I'm saying, to not know where he's supposed to go with the ball, or not know what he's doing. And, he ain't on the best team for sure. So that's why it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for him to win, man. Even if he plays okay, it's going to be hard for him to win in the public. But like I said, I think he built for it, man. And I think, like I said, that's something that we all can learn from, man. Is, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be ready, man. You gotta be ready when you like all this time when he been playing. It's the same thing. He been in silence, man. He been on that scout team. He been on that practice field. He been in the film room, and you know what I'm saying. He been trying to sharpen his tools, man. So hopefully, next time we get back here next week, man, we can say that he showed out. He showed up and showed out, man. That's what we looking for, man. So take that with you everywhere, though. With us in our personal life, anybody else that hear that know about it, man. Hey, you gotta be ready, man. Stay ready. You ain't never gotta get ready.
You gotta get ready.
Yeah, man. Yeah, fellas, man. But hey, I think that's a good one. I think that's a way we can wrap it for the night, man. Guess again, Raymar, man. Hey, appreciate you pulling up, man. You
No
know,
doubt.
welcome to the neighborhood, man. This the first of, you know, many of these, man, these sessions, whatever we want to call them, man. And, you know, we're gonna keep building, man, keep doing what we doing, man. Hey, y'all boys keep everything tight where y'all at, man, and we'll touch base next week, man.
Most definitely, man.
Yes, sir.
Bless.
All right, y'all boys
Peace.
easy.
You too.
Yes, sir.